Welcome to part 6 of our trip to Australia. On our second full day in the Cairns, we ended up going to Green Island. We started off our day at McDonald's as we did the previous day because it was quick and easy and there was a huge line at the coffee stand. Our day started off a little bit stressful because we booked the Big Cat Green Island boat, but we didn't book it directly through their website. The issue is they don't accept reservations the 24 hours before the day that they leave, so we booked through a third party and we didn't get a confirmation immediately. We found out the next day when we went to go check in that we actually did have a reservation and we could finish paying there, and then we had a paper receipt when we walked up to the boat. It was a very similar boat ride out as it was the day before to the Fitzroy Islands, and it was pretty calm, so it was a nice little ride out in the morning. We had learned from the biologists on board that since it wasn't actually in the middle of stinger season yet and no one had seen them, we didn't need stinger suits, so we just headed out into the water when we got there. We started off by walking a little ways to the western beach where there was a lifeguard and a big flat open area to get into the water. It was pretty shallow and really grassy at the beginning, and then as you go farther out there's some coral and then sand and some bigger fish. Right here you'll see the most aggressive fish in the sea, the triggerfish. He actually hit my fin and I didn't even know it. Later on he actually attacks Melody's camera. After we got a little ways from the shore, I spotted this eagle ray off in the distance. I snapped a quick picture. It wasn't very good, but it was zooming by and it was pretty dark. Not long after we saw the eagle ray, we spotted this turtle to go hang out with. We did our best to keep our distance and used our zoom lens on our little point and shoot to get some better shots. About 100 yards from shore, it became mostly sandy. Out here I spotted a stingray and went to go swim along and get some pictures and video of him, whereas Melody was a little bit too scared to follow him. After venturing pretty far out and seeing that stingray, we decided to turn around and see more of the fish along the grass and the coral. After snorkeling for a while, we decided to go grab some lunch at this extremely busy food court. In the food court, we met another very aggressive critter. These birds were as aggressive as a triggerfish and would steal the food straight off your plate. As we did in Fitzroy Island, we decided to grab some fish and chips. Melody wasn't very happy about me taking a video of her because she had face mask marks still. After a bit of lunch, we decided to go snorkel on the other side of the pier. This particular beach had some very shallow water, and we didn't see a whole lot of fish here. At one point, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and I looked behind me and saw this reef shark go zipping by. It was pretty cool to see, but it was also a little bit unnerving because he was going so fast there was no way I would have known he was coming. We got back to the boat about a half hour before it left, but there's so much wildlife here that we actually saw turtles and rays in the water as we were just standing waiting for the boat to leave. Previous night, we had made reservations at Dundee's to have dinner this night because it was so crowded the night before we couldn't get in. It was crowded again, so we were glad we had our reservation. It was a little bit on the pricey side, but it was really good food, so it was worth it for our vacation. After stuffing our faces, we went back to our room and passed out.